Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be working on the white truck. So it's currently 11 o'clock. We have until noon. So I'm gonna pull the truck down to the shop, or I might get my grandpa to do it. He's sitting here shaking the keys at me. But we're gonna pull it down there, see if we can get our battery cables heat wrapped and get our fender liners reinstalled. Well, and just as I suspected, batteries did. So pull this over there, get it jumped, and then we'll get it in the shop. And I will say, as he's getting everything hooked up here, I will say I don't understand what it is about batteries in this truck. I know it's cold today. It's been raining. I just drove the thing a week ago, literally only a week ago, and it fired up perfectly fine after sitting for like 2 weeks. Fired up perfectly fine, and now just a week later it's completely dead. So I don't understand. We really need to get a jump box. That way we don't have to bring out cables and trucks and everything else. I need to get a jumper box, and I need to find a battery tender. But the bad thing is I parked the truck up here and there's nowhere to plug in on this wall. So the only other thing I can do is park it in front of the house and run an extension cord. I think there's an outlet on that side, so it kind of sucks. But it's like dead. So I guess we're gonna sit here and let it charge up. Okay, guys, so we got the truck in here. We got it on the little battery charger tender thing. And actually my grandpa here had some heat tubing that I'm pretty sure he had from when they used to do air conditioning on buses and whatnot. I guess that's perks of being a bit of a hoarder. Anyway, so we took a multimeter, checked our battery, and the battery showed to have 4.12 volts. So we put it on the tender, showed 0%, and somehow now the tender is showing 40% charged. I don't know if I quite believe that, but we're gonna leave it on here for a good while. We'll probably leave the truck in here and let it be charging and whatnot. So anyway, we're gonna take this. I'll show you all what we got here. This heat tubing, and what he did here is split it. That way we don't have to take everything off, and we'll go ahead wrap our battery cables with this around the exhaust, and then we can go ahead and throw our fender liners in. So that's why I've been holding out, because if you look under here, let me turn the light on here. Alright, so if we look under here, you see that these battery cables in this factory red wire here run right down next to the exhaust to run to the ground back there. There's this factory ground here, and then our power wire runs down to the starter. So that's been one of the reasons I don't want to drive this thing too much, is because back during the summer when we put these on, they get pretty hot. So that's what our heat tubing here is for. And I figured if I put liners in it, it would only make it hotter, because it can't breathe through there. So we're gonna get these wrapped up and go ahead and throw our liners in here. And also, guys, if y'all remember, I bought these aftermarket fender liners. We threw one in over here on the driver's side, and it doesn't look bad. Seems to be a lot of opening in here, and they're pretty flimsy. So I actually had another set, because I never put my original ones back on because they were cut for, if y'all remember the 20x12s that I had, the Visions, they were cut to clear the Visions. But I actually have another set, I think, over here, that, well, I don't know where, there they are, that I had from the mud truck project. If y'all remember that. I was going to paint these before I put them in, but honestly, I just want them in. That way I can drive the thing, and they don't look terrible. So this is what we got. Got all the clips, and these are factory liners. So they should fit good. These are actually the liners that come off of those fenders, because those fenders come off the trail truck, mud truck project. That bed come off that truck. These come off that truck, and a bunch of other stuff. But anyway, these are what we're going to be throwing on it, and then the aftermarket ones, we'll put those in storage in case I ever get another 10th gen for some reason. But anyway, I'm gonna get in here, help him, start by pulling the other one off over there, and well, we'll get these new ones installed. Alrighty guys, so I got this fender liner out. I know we need to do something with this frame and all of this nasty looking suspension. We're working on it. I think I'm gonna order like a whole new kit, and then we're gonna try to powder coat this stuff that we pull off of here. And then I think when we pull everything off, I'm gonna try to paint this frame up all nice and such. But while I was working on getting this liner out, my grandpa here got the other side heat wrapped, and went and got these. But over here, we're just using this to cover up the tire. But you can see, got those heat wrapped nice around the manifold there. Now, I'm thinking these aren't going to cover the wiring. I need to get some gap guards, but we will we'll get some of those ordered at some point in time. Another thing, screws. I picked up a bunch of screws from the dealership for these. Need to locate those, and then well, I guess we'll throw them in. So we've been talking about cleaning all this stuff up forever, and I'm gonna put this in the video. That way, if I ever need to know the clips for this, that way look for forever, they're right there in this little cup. One day I'm gonna get a bunch of totes and light truck parts, and so I got so much stuff for these. Extra washer bottle, pods, a little light bar, bunch of stuff, bunch of parts. So that's what happens when you go through so many different iterations of one thing. But we will sometime we'll find these screws, and we'll get these in here. All right, so y'all remember that box of pods I was showing y'all a second ago? Well, these were in that box under those pods. So if you need to know, this is the part number for these screws that well, this is what Ford told me. So this is what works for these. If you need to know, if you need these, here is the part number. We got several. I don't know why we've opened and took one out of one out of, I don't know. Anyway, we bought a bunch of these. I think they're like $3 a piece or something. So they're not exactly cheap for little screws. But anyway, we're going to take a bit of a detour real quick. I have rock lights right there. I'm going to go ahead, drill, and wire rock lights into these. That way we don't have to pull them back out in the future, and we'll just run the wiring down, and we'll tie it up somewhere up under here. And then when we get ready to run rock lights on this thing, like I said, these will already be mounted, and we won't have to pull these back out for any reason. So I'm going to do 2 in each wheel well. That's what I ran before, and it was plenty bright, and now it's taller, so it should be pretty good. So I'm gonna do a little stand here down, and we'll start running these here. All right, guys. So I got the fender liner in. Actually, got all the screws in it now. Then we got all these forged screws. Rock lights in. That'll be for another video. But we got these in. Even got 2 new Christmas trees up here. Got one in the back. And, well, I guess now we can move on to, we'll go ahead and throw rock lights in that. We need to tie this wire up. And we can go ahead and get that one on here shortly. Okay, guys, so on this side, we are going to have to remove our factory flare here, and we can do some cleaning up underneath of it. And one nice thing is when you have the liners off, you can come up in here. Oh, that's good. You can come up in here and squeeze these clips in. Okay, so I think what we can do, we trimmed this when I had the 24s. This is from the 14 wides. But we can pull these back and get to this one here. And then we can get to that one, and that one. So we're going to leave this where it's at because it has all the clips on it. So we can just kind of pull this back here at the bottom and get to that one. And we'll be good to go. So that way we don't have to worry about breaking all these clips because I imagine they're probably going to break. But anyway, I wish I could clean under here, but I don't care enough about that to break all these. So that being said, let's take our fender liner here and we're going to throw it in here after we test the rock light wiring. Alrighty, guys, we got this fender liner installed, rock lights and all. Got the Christmas tree, got one Christmas tree, and I gotta get some more there. Got everything attached there at the back. Flares all the way on. Everything's mounted. Everything's there. So you can see a little bit more of this than I would have hoped, but I think I mentioned earlier we can get some gap guards. Probably try to find some of those and get thrown in here. But anyway, there it is. So I guess we've had it on this charger. That charger over there didn't seem to do anything, so we switched over to this charger here to see if it would charge the battery. It's been on here probably 2.5 hours now. So we're going to take this off here and see if our battery's charged up at all. We're going to load test it and make sure that our battery is not bad. We had some more electrical issues, to say the least. Stay tuned for the next video for that. But we got the fender liners in, like I said. So here it is. Much better, nice and clean looking. Oh, we still need to get the center caps on, but we can do that at another point. Not worried about it today, but there she is. You can, like I said, you can see a bit more of the wiring than I would like, so I might try to find some different heat wrap, a little less noticeable, but there it is. It's all in there. The rock lights, what I like about where I mounted them, you have to get way down here at the tire to even see them. So, I'm 6'2", this eye level 6'2", 6'3", somewhere there. Eye level, can't see them, even if they were on. I mean, you step back, no matter how far, you can't see them because where we put them. But that'll be in an upcoming video. But anyway, guys, like I said, I think it's going to be a wrap for today. I gotta go do some stuff. So that's going to be a wrap for today. If you guys enjoyed today's video or found it helpful, please drop a like and comment down below. Hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope everybody has a great day.